I had a call from a client this morning saying that her Outlook was prompting for her to change her password. And my concern right away was that it might be a phishing attempt where a bad guy's trying to trick her into entering her existing password. She told me that she didn't think she had an email password. Well, of course she does. You can't have an email without having a password. So I explained that to her without the word, of course she does, and explained that I configured her Outlook to automatically enter the password for her, but the account has to have a password. But that I would not have configured her computer to require a change to the password or her email account. Well, this office, we moved their email service from one provider to another a few months back. And this was because their email provider was getting out of the email business. And I've had that happen with two different substantially sized email providers in the last 6 months or so. And it appears to me that the email hosting industry is getting more and more complex all the time with all of the bad actors that are out there on the internet. It's rather expensive for a email service provider to keep up. So I suspected that it might have been a default setting when we moved to the new provider, and particularly concerning to me was that all the other email accounts in this one office might be about to trigger a new password. So I logged on to the account as an administrator from my computer with Office 365 account. So it's a Microsoft account. We moved their email hosting to Microsoft and found that, sure enough, the default security setting is to force password changes after 90 days. This is not a high security environment, and it is a convenience for the users is a high value, and so we don't want to force changes of passwords every 90 days. These passwords are complex, and the users don't even know what they are. I have them recorded, and the business administrator knows how those passwords are structured. It's not a secret from them. It's just that they don't have a need to know, and so by them not knowing, it actually helps keep the security of their passwords so that they don't inadvertently release that information or expose it. So anyway, I made that change, called her back, and asked her to launch her Outlook, and sure enough, it no longer prompted her for a password change. This afternoon, I got a call from another client, a law office, the senior attorney calling me. He's got a client sitting in front of him, and there's a job-related issue that has to do with text messages from 2 years ago that a person claims she sent. She says she did not send. She can't prove it on her phone because she's in the habit of deleting her text messages. So the question being posed to me, is there a way to recover deleted text messages from her phone? And so I told them that I was going to research it a little bit. I was pretty sure that there is, and since then have found, yes, it's not very difficult at all with recovery software that's available for that purpose. But before ending the phone conversation, I wanted to delve a little bit further and understand the situation. And they actually might not wind up needing me to do that by virtue of something that I suggested. And that is that they have in their possession printed copies of emails that the other person claims she sent to them, with the dates and times that they were sent. Prior to calling me, they had already acquired from Sprint a record of dates and times of emails that she sent and that she received. So I said, how about looking at the emails that are claimed to be problematic and see if her service provider confirms that she sent an email on those dates at those times. If they find that emails that he claims she sent are shown by the service provider that she did not send emails at those dates and times, then that's sufficient right there to prove that his claims are false. And therefore, recovering messages may not even be needed. So I think that's all for today's update, and I'll catch you another time. Bye.